Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Authored by Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles. This book introduces a mysterious word, Ikigai, to the world outside of a village located on the beautiful island of Okinawa. Ogimi is famous for the number of centenarians who happily live there. And since the percentage of centenarians in Ogimi is maximum when compared to the rest of the world, people call Okinawa the island of longevity. Different chapters in this book point towards one common direction: live a purposeful life. The author has very beautifully put his experience into words and has defined the art of staying young while growing old. This book sells the idea of staying active until our last breath. The author claims to have interviewed a large number of centenarians across the globe and shares their individual responses to one common question, which is, what is the secret to their long life? As the Ikigai journey progresses, the discussion starts to narrow down towards various reasons for a happy and long life. Cultivating good habits like planting your own vegetables, going to bed every night on time, waking up early in the morning, doing physical exercises, spending time with your friends and your loved ones, etc., is one of the strongest messages in this book. Centenarians encourage to live an unhurried life and make suggestion to stay calm in difficult situations. This book emphasizes on doing one thing at a time and encourages to take joy in little things like change of seasons. It also tells us the importance of encouraging ourselves in tough situations. How important is it to laugh, to dance, and to sing with your loved ones, this book teaches us. Towards the end of this book, the author does share insights about Dhyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and briefly explains the scientific benefits of doing 12 different poses of Surya Namaskar. He talks about the commonalities between Indian pranayama and different breathing exercises people practice on this island of longevity. While recommending a good balance of mental and physical health, the author takes us to the journey of discovering our Ikigai. He specifically asks us to answer 4 questions. Number 1, what you're good at, what you love, what the world needs, and number 4, what you can be paid for. Discovery of the common ground between these 4 questions can help one find his Ikigai. He says, whatever you do, don't retire. And to support this statement, he introduces the readers to Hayao Miyazaki, one of the directors at Ghibli Animation Film Studios in Tokyo. Born in the year 1941, at an early age, Miyazaki developed a deep interest in manga and animation. Throughout his career, Miyazaki had made an unparalleledly outstanding contribution to notably famous cultural animation films like Gulliver's Travels Beyond the Moon. At Ghibli Animation Studio, Miyazaki was famous for spending most of his Sundays at work. He was so passionate for his work that his colleagues witnessed him enjoying the state of flow very often. His friends described him as a meditating Buddha at work. Miyazaki had found his Ikigai in drawing and then bringing all those characters into life through animation. He always used to put his Ikigai above all else. Amongst all the visitors and workers in that studio, Miyazaki was well known for his short and quick temper, especially if he was ever interrupted while drawing. His works have always been highly praised, and he was one of the Academy Honorary Award winners of his era. In the year 2013, when Miyazaki first announced his retirement, a television station NHK decided to make a documentary showing his last days at work. In the documentary, he could be seen drawing nearly every scene of an upcoming film. In the corner of a room, he could be seen completely engrossed into what he was doing, while several other colleagues of his were coming out of the same studio room. In another scene from that documentary, he could be seen walking to the work on December 30th, which is treated as national holiday in Japan, and opening the doors at the studio so that he can spend the day there drawing alone. It is often noticed that after taking retirement from work, people either go on a vacation with their families or they choose to stay at home. But the day after his retirement, Miyazaki again went to the studio and sat down to draw. None of his colleagues knew how to react or what to say. This continued for another 1 year. In 2014, he announced that he wouldn't make any more feature films, but he would continue to draw until the day he died. Can someone really retire if he is passionate about what he does? Author leaves this question to all the readers and to the listeners of this story. Ichigo Ichiiya, a proverb in Japanese says, "This moment exists only now and will never come again. Live every moment and enjoy every breath. Happiness is always determined by your heart. Life is not a problem to be solved. It is to fulfill the purpose that you are here for." After listening to the review of this legendary book, if you still don't know what your Ikigai is, then your mission must be to discover it and have a purposeful life.